The microphone is letting us down. They only think you shout when we have strikes. Stand up. This is about concert and music. All right, the student community, stand up. Let them feel you. Those are our students, and Makerere is 100 years old. A Makerere, oye? A world concert, oye? A Anthems, oye? Ra! Ah! Ah, 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 ah. Ah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is the spirit of Makerere University. All right. Okay, thank you. Whoever comes here, the microphone is digital. Don't be so close. If you touch it, it will go off. All right, my name is Dr. Marian Alina. I'll be your MC with my colleague. Where is he? Yes, stand up. We'll be your MCs for the afternoon. And we thank you so much for coming on such a special day. This day is being held with special arrangement from the Makerere University Innovation Hub. And we have a wonderful lady here called Dr. Catherine Mbide, whom I'll call to come and tell you about the Makerere University Innovations Hub before we kick off really with the program. We await confirmation on how far our chief guest is. But from the way Michael Wangusia is pacing up and down outside there, I think the guest of honor should be with us in a short while. So Catherine, how about you come and tell these people about innovation at Makerere University? Wonderful lady, mover, shaker. She's doing things innovative. Kathy, you're most welcome. They say ladies are taking center stage. I don't know why they say we are taking. They should say we took. Come, Kathy.
Thank you, Marion. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. To our dear guests, you're all welcome, all protocol observed. Kathy Mbide is my name. Currently the manager for Makerere University Innovation Hub. Yeah, one wonders, Innovation Hub, today we want to enjoy the day with the anthems of the World Concert. How is that linked and related? Last year in August 2022, University Management set up Makerere University's Innovation Hub. And the main goal and objective was to commercialize research innovations to be able to set up or to enable industrialization. Now, one of the university has 10 different academic units, and one of them is humanities. We have the engineering unit. We have the arts or creative arts. So research coming from students from all disciplines and faculty is supposed to be supported from just having research ideas to innovations, but these innovations should be able to meet the needs of the community or maybe get into the industrialization revolution. Now here we are today. This day would really want to also appreciate the principal investigator or researcher, our very own Dr. Wabiona Milton, who came up with an idea. This was, at the start, it was an idea. How can we present such an innovation to the world was the question. So at the back of whatever he has done, he has laid or shown that innovations is not basically a product. An innovation could be an idea, it could be a concept, it could be a process. So what we are going to envisage today is actually an innovation of a service that can be consumed by different stakeholders, different parties, different individuals. And all these kinds of innovations basically impact on different individuals' lives. They impact on students, they impact on the community, they impact on faculty, the university at large, and then the country at a wider concept. So please enjoy the day today, and our team are up here. I think beyond the music you see today, did anyone pay? Did you pay any fees while you're coming for the concert? Has anyone paid? Okay. So today we are basically warming up, but we look towards making this a mega event, and please next year be ready to pay at least for their vocals. Thank you very much. May God bless you all.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Catherine. In our midst, we have, I would like to recognize the presence of our Vice Chancellor, here represented by Professor Pamela Kanakwa. Yes, Professor, you're most welcome. We know that you are wearing 3 hats. You're also the Dean, School of Liberal and Performing Arts, but you're also the acting principal of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. We welcome you and thank you for accepting to grace this occasion. We'd also like to recognize the Ambassador of Norway, Her Excellency Ms. Anne Christine Hermansen. Yes, you're most welcome. The Ambassador of Sweden, Her Excellency Ms. Maria Håkansson. You're most welcome. I would like to recognize the South African High Commissioner, His High Excellency Ms. Lulama Zingwana. Oh. We would like to recognize the presence of the Ambassador of Germany, His Excellency Mr. Matthias Schoer. Yes, thank you for coming. There's a representative of the British High Commissioner. Oh, yes, yes, thank you so much for coming. I would like to recognize the head of mission of the Embassy of Iceland, High Excellency Ms. Hildin Ghana. My apologies if I've butchered your name or any other person's name that I butcher. I'm going to take lessons. We have a school of languages here. So please accept the butcher for this afternoon. When Milton and his team organize the next Makorale concert, we shall have improved. So let's see who is going next. We recognize the presence of the Charge d'Affaires of the Embassy of Hungary, Dr. Janos Terenyi. All right. The Deputy Chief of Mission at the UN's Embassy, Mr. William Bent. We recognize your presence. We also recognize the presence of the representative of UNHCR, Mr. Matthew Crentinsil. Oh, okay, not yet here, sorry. Mr. Mustafa Mala, the Chad Consulate. Thank you so much for joining us. We recognize the presence of the Honorary Consul of Botswana, Ms. Maria Odido. Oh, okay, all right. And the Honorary Consul of Morocco, Dr. Ibrahim Sali. Not yet here, okay. And finally, for now, we shall be recognizing more people as we go on. We'd like to recognize the Charge d'Affaires of Tanzania, Mr. Lucas Mayanga. Oh, okay. All right. We've been advised that let's kick off with our program for the afternoon. And when the guest of honor joins us, we shall do the necessary protocol at that point. So allow me introduce our Makorale choir here, very beautifully dressed. This choir is comprised of students of Makerere University, staff of Makerere University, alumni of Makerere University, well-wishers. So it's all here, and we want to thank them. Don't they look elegant? They look amazing. So we're going to have you do the anthems, starting with the anthem of the Republic of Uganda, the anthem of the United Nations, and Makerere University anthem. Over to you, Makorale choir. Thank you.
great and mighty, the gates beside thee. Great, great and mighty, the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee. From east and west, from north and south, all voices singing arise, Makerere. Rise up and rise, high up and high, all voices singing arise, Makerere. Makerere, Makerere, we build for the future, the great Makerere. Great, great and mighty, the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee. Great, great and mighty, the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee. Do not forget through all the years those who have gone through the gates of Makerere. Give them pride, give them the joy, all to remember the days of Makerere. Makerere, Makerere, we build for the future, the great Makerere. Great, great and mighty, the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee. Great, great and mighty, the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee. Those who hear thee, seek ye the truth, build for the future the great Makerere. Those we have been, those we will be, build for the future the great Makerere. Makerere, Makerere, we build for the future, the great Makerere. Great, great and mighty, the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee. Great, great and mighty, the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for this wonderful choir. And thank you for allowing us to experience the beauty of coming to an event where only anthems are to be sung. It's the first for me. Anyone else? Is this your first experience at such a concert? Oh, many. Yeah, clearly it had to be the students. Many of you. So thank you very much. Without taking more time, may I invite the Vice Chancellor to please come and welcome this wonderful audience. And after your remarks, I'll request you to invite the UN Resident Coordinator, Ms. Susan Namondo, to address us. Thank you.
The UN Resident Coordinator, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, High Commissioners, Heads of Mission, Deputy Heads of Mission, Heads of Councils, Makerere University staff, Makerere University students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. Welcome to Makerere University. for this very special day, very special event. I want to tell the MC that we are many, some of us didn't put up our hands, but actually it's the first time that we come to an event. Of course, is to us as Makerere University, not only because it's the day that we extend the celebration of the 2023 UN Day, but because Makerere is hosting this prestigious event. Makerere community, can you please clap for this? Thank you so much. So we all know about the United Nations, and we know that this year the United Nations marks 78 years since its formation. When we were studying about this in school, it seemed like it was something which was very distant, very abstract, and not close to what we were doing. But then growing up, getting to university, and getting more exposed to international issues, you get to realize that you are actually part of the United Nations, because the United Nations is about humanity, it's about peace, it's about unity. The theme of this year, home and belonging, the theme of the UN Day this year, that home and belonging, truly speaks to our hearts. And here at Makerere, sometimes we feel, and I think rightly so, that we are a small united nation of sorts because of the diversity of our staff, our students, and also because of the multiple collaborations that we have. As a university, we truly toe in line with the ideals of the UN, and I want to say that Makerere is home to many students from different countries, both neighboring and beyond, and that as part of our programs, as part of our curricula, we are very keen on not only teaching, but also supporting and promoting peace. In the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, where I belong, where this entire team belongs, we have a program, we have a Department of Religion and Peace Studies that is dedicated to training scholars in the area of peace, but also involved in peace issues in different ways. At the same time, Makerere also hosts the Rotary Peace Center, which is a very coveted, prestigious peace center in the world. And through this center, we have multiple activities that involve, again, both training and training students, scholars from different parts of the world, and peace is at the center of training. Makerere also provides space for international and national, regional dialogues, intellectual debates that focus on peace in different ways. And so in a sense, we feel very much part of the celebrations today, and we feel very much being in line with the ideals of the United Nations. In our own small ways, we try to contribute to peace in different ways, and the message from the Vice Chancellor to all of us, to the students, is please be your neighbor's keeper, please be your neighbor's keeper, and let's do that to promote peace. Okay, so Thinking about today specifically in regard to the concert of Anthems, I would like to say something about anthems. And we all know that anthems are very much part of what we are. They are very much part of our heritage, part of our history, our struggles in life, our aspirations as nations. And there are ways in which we feel when we listen to our anthems. And personally, I think the one time that I felt like the Ugandan anthem really mattered to me was when I had that anthem sung while I was in the United States. It felt so good. I felt like I was at home to hear my anthem being sung while I was in another country. And it gave me that sense of satisfaction. And then back to Makerere, when I joined as an undergraduate, and we have many of our undergraduate students here, I didn't bother to learn the Makerere anthem. I didn't think it was important anyway at all. But come graduation time, when we were all in the Freedom Square and then the anthems were being sung, that was when for the first time I felt I needed to learn the Makerere anthem. I needed to feel that I was part and parcel of Makerere University. So anthems really energize us. They give us that sense of belonging. They give us that sense of identity. And I'm very excited that this day was set aside for us to listen to anthems of different countries. And as we do that, of course, we are able to reflect on the power of music, on the power of unity, and also how these anthems promote nationalism and humanity. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to reiterate that as Makerere University, we welcome you to this event, and we hope that you can enjoy the presentation by this awesome team, very smart, with very nice voices. You've given us a test, and we're looking forward to enjoying more and more of what you have for us this afternoon. As I come to an end, I would like to thank in a very special way the United Nations Uganda office for organizing this event, for facilitating this event, because without them, we would not have this activity. Please, let's give them a round of applause. I would also like to thank the Makerere University Innovation Hub for hosting the event. Their offices are in this building. Thank you very much, Dr. Catherine Mbide. Please take our thank you to everybody in the hub. I would like to thank the amazing Makorale ensemble. This is the choir. I would like to thank them in a very special way. You're all very smart, and really, you all look really amazing. In a very, very special way, I would like to thank Dr. Milton Wabiona. Milton, thank you very much. Thank you for making CHOOSE proud. Thank you for making Makerere University proud. We're so, so proud of you. And of course, to thank all of us present for foregoing whatever else you had to do to come here and listen to this. Again, this would be meaningless if we didn't have the audience. We don't take that for granted. Thank you very much for coming. It's now my singular honor to invite the UN Resident Coordinator, Ms. Susan Namondo, to come and make her remarks. You're most welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let me start by recognizing the Excellencies, ambassadors, and heads of diplomatic missions here with us today. I also recognize the representative of the Vice Chancellor of Makerere University and all Makerere staff present here with us today. Recognize all our development partners and all the students of Makerere University here. I'm really delighted to be here with you this afternoon at this Anthems of the World concert here at this great higher learning institution of Makerere University to celebrate the 78th anniversary of the entry into force of the Charter of the United Nations in 1945. The curation of this concert by the Makorale, a Makerere University community choir, featuring national anthems of selected countries of the world, shows how Makerere continues to be a thought leader in many, many spheres. Music is a universal language that bridges divides, reflecting the diversity and unique contributions of cultures around the world. And national anthems are compact summaries of a country's heritage, history, struggles, and aspirations, creatively presented through poems and song. So it is entirely fitting that we are commemorating UN Day here in Kampala with the wonderful musical performance that I anticipate we will have. Through this concert, we hope to present an opportunity for all of us from different parts of the world, and most especially the students in the room and those who are not in the room with us, to experience a tiny bit of each other's cherished heritage as nations. And while we enjoy this moment of music and culture and creativity, I hope we also somehow reaffirm our shared commitment to a cause that is becoming more urgent by the day: sustainable development that delivers development progress and leaves no one behind, in Uganda and everywhere else. The unprecedented development challenges of today transcends borders and affects Uganda and all other parts of the world. We're talking about pandemics, climate change, global economic challenges, conflicts with global impact. Our most vulnerable communities are bearing the brunt of our challenged development progress and changing weather patterns. This afternoon, let the music remind us all of our shared humanity and interconnectedness. And beyond, I hope we all carry the spirit of this afternoon beyond these walls as we redouble and accelerate our efforts towards a safer, more peaceful, greener, and more sustainable Uganda and the world. And of course, all of us are engaged in that already. So I just hope we continue that. Again, I extend my deepest gratitude to the government of Uganda, who was supposed to be represented by the Honorable Minister, not yet here. But we know that there are many, many competing demands, quite frankly, on everybody's agenda. But we're grateful for the partnership. Also extend our gratitude to Makerere University and its staff for supporting this. And of course, the talented Makorale, without whom none of this would be possible. And we're also grateful for all the ambassadors, high commissioners, and heads of missions who found the time in the agendas to be with us this afternoon. And on that note, a happy, happy commemoration of UN Day to all. And I encourage all the students to make themselves more familiar of what the United Nations is, read up about it, understand it, develop your own opinions about what that institution is and how you can influence it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. We do appreciate your remarks and pointing us to the realities of sustainable development. Now, I'd like to invite Dr. Milton Wabiona to walk us through the exact format of this concert, what is expected of us as we listen in. Yes. Ah.
exhaust. Allow me to just briefly give you my remarks through your anthems from the respective countries. In line with this year's United Nations theme of home and belonging, it is our hope that this concert will attempt to paint a home experience of your... We also believe through singing these anthems, we are likely to know more about others and more likely to understand others, hence the more likelihood to appreciate and respect others. Music provides us with an honest and universal medium of communication for all of us, irrespective of where we come from or what we speak or what we believe in. It is my prayer that by the end of this concert, each one of us will have a little knowledge and an understanding of the other. This is a sure way towards the world's social harmony and fostering of universal peace. As emphasized in one of the lines of the United Nations hymn, the anthem of the UN hymn, I must confess I sang it for the first time. And I am not the same since I started learning this piece. And I would wish that all of us here would know it in detail. It's an amazing piece of music. There is a line in this hymn that says, let music be the paradigm of peace. Thank you. I was amazed that this composer wrote the entire piece based on music. A whole United Nations mission being expressed on music. Thank you. It could never be so fitting than having this kind of piece. And he says that with words we lie. We say peace when we mean war. You can't do that in music. And then he also says, it's only music where sadness fills with gladness. You can never get that expression or life experience anywhere in life, not with money, not with food. It's only music. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same ideal and the object of the Makorale ensemble, the team that you see right over here. The Makorale is a Makerere University community ensemble comprised of current students and from all disciplines, not necessarily from music, alumni, former students, staff, and members of the Makerere University community that cherish singing as a vocation. The overall goal of the ensemble is to harness the vast benefits of music in shaping a peaceful society and cultivating education opportunities for students in the performing arts. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me, I request you to join me to thank these wonderful people for a remarkable job they have done in learning all the anthems of the world for this concert tonight. They have done so much work. I have done just the basic guidance on what to do, and they have done all the learning, and they do all the singing. You won't hear my voice. I thank you very much, and let the music sing on. Thank you. I was requested to give guidance on how we're going to have this concert. Our wish is that we have a national introduce their national anthem in 1 minute and give us an inspiration behind that anthem. Unfortunately, we're not able to get all that confirmations in time. And in a case that there is any national that wants to tell us their anthem and what the inspiration behind it before we can sing it, we will appreciate that. Otherwise, the MCs will guide us on how we're going to proceed. Thank you. And then while a national anthem is being sung, the nationals for that particular country will be requested to stand. And any associates any associates, alumni, spouses, business partners, if you love a certain flag of a country, you can stand and join their celebration. And after their anthem has been sung, all of us join in celebrating that particular country. I thank you.
All right, so we are starting home with the continent of Africa, and in this block, we shall listen to the anthems of South Africa, Algeria, Kenya, Nigeria, Botswana, and Tanzania, as per the program. So, may I humbly request the South African High Commissioner, Her Excellency Ms. Lulama Zingwana, to come and speak, say something about South Africa. I learned something from there many years ago. Sawubona. Oh, somebody, Sawubona. You make it, you say it with extravagance. Sawubona. Kunjani. Sikona.
Ninjani. Pleasure. Thank you. Thank you very much, Program Director. Let me remember and honor Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, who is represented by Professor Pamela Kanagwa. Hope I have not butchered. Also, the resident coordinator of the United Nations in Uganda, Madam Suzanne Ngogi, Excellencies, High Commissioners, and colleagues, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Dr. Milton Wabona, the director of the Makorale Musical Ensemble, and let me say, ladies and gentlemen. At the onset, I would like to express my delight and pleasure to be part of this Anthems of the World concert, which is meant to commemorate United Nations Day, which was held in Gulu on the 24th of October this year. The theme for the United Nations in 2023 is home and belonging. For this, I would like to thank the UN representative in Uganda and the entire United Nations family for giving us this great opportunity. The concept of home and belonging has mainly found expression in the global migration discourse and less within nationals of the country. In this regard, it is prudent to explore the home and belonging nexus with some nuanced understanding of how these concepts are experienced by individual nations in different contexts. Ethnographic studies have provided valuable insights into how people experience these concepts in their everyday life. The South African national anthem, Nkosi Sikelel' Afrika, was first composed by Mr. Enoch Sontonga, a Methodist missionary and teacher, in 1887. In fact, our national anthem is a hymn. It became a symbol for the struggle against colonialism and apartheid in South Africa and beyond. It also served as a prayer for unity in our diversity and a rallying call for peace on the African continent. The national anthem of South Africa was adopted by us as a nation in 1997. You'll remember we attained our independence in 1994, and there was a big debate because we had a number of anthems. We have 2 white tribes in South Africa, the English and the Afrikaner people. We also have many other tribes, African, indigenous peoples, but mainly we have the Nguni and the Sotho speaking. So there was a debate, which national anthem are we going to adopt? Fortunately, we had a visionary leader in President Nelson Mandela, who said, our national anthem must embrace Nkosi Sikelela, which is representing the Nguni, that is Xhosa and Zulu people. It must also represent the Sotho people, which include the North and the Southern Sotho people, and it must also include the Afrikaner people, who had their national anthem called Die Stem van Zuid-Afrika, very proud, which means the voice of South Africa. And also we had the English national anthem. So ours is the only national anthem that can be sung in 5 languages. The anthem is a symbol of national unity because of its diversity in languages, in cultures, and messages. It is a reminder of how far our country has come from the anti-apartheid struggles to the era of freedom that we are enjoying today. The anthem pleads for God's blessings and incites all our people to unite for a peaceful and healthier nation and for welfare and peace on the African continent. Many of our African neighbors around South Africa in particular have agreed that ours is one of the best national anthems in the region. The anthem includes verses, each from the different local languages, as I have said, and the anthem integrates 5 official languages. We have 11 official languages, but 5 have been integrated in our national anthem. So each and every South African can understand the national anthem. Some of the national dialects that make up the South African national anthem include the following: isiXhosa, isiZulu, Sesotho, Sepedi, Afrikaans, and English. Due to the powerful message of the South African anthem, Nkosi Sikelel' Afrika, it is not only a South African national anthem, it has also been adopted as the anthem of Tanzania, Zambia, Namibia, and Zimbabwe. Writing in the New Vision on the 4th of October this year, Joseph Bate said, that was just before Independence Day of Uganda, he said, some people do not appreciate their linkage to national values and patriotism. While it may seem just like another song, a national anthem is much more than just a musical warm-up exercise. It is the ultimate song of a country, and its importance goes beyond getting us to stand up and put our hands on our chests. I close quote. To me, this piece epitomizes the importance and values of the national anthems of our countries, and it represents what is often not appreciated in some communities. As I said, a national anthem is a national symbol that has the power to unite, inspire, and bring social cohesion to people of different backgrounds. We in South Africa witnessed the power of our national anthem on Saturday when we were declared the 4th World Rugby Champions in France. And we are the first country to win 4 World Cups the world over in rugby. Not only did Nkosi Sikeleli Africa unite South Africans of all races, but the African continent as a whole. The story started when the Springboks took to the field to play, when the national anthems of both South Africa and New Zealand were sung to a multitude across the globe in a nail-biting encounter between South Africa and New Zealand. We stood as if we were being conducted in a choir of choristers. In unison, we went into a trance grabbed by anticipation and anxiety, and of course, blood pressure was shooting up. It was a tough one. We sang our hearts out as we prayed to God to give us strength to prevail over the All Blacks, one of the strongest rugby teams in the world. That became a cry of victory, which came to pass at the end. And so we all felt at home and belonging together as a united nation in an amazing way. As the Springboks said, together we are stronger. So says our national anthem, Nkosi Sikeleli Africa. I thank you.
All right, so over to you. Let's hear the South African anthem. But as you do that, I would like to recognize the presence of the Ambassador of Libya, His Excellency Ibrahim Sultan, who joined us a while ago. Thank you so much. And also with him is the Deputy Ambassador of Libya, Mrs. Laila, who doubles as a Councillor, Councillor Laila. She's stepped out briefly, all right. And I would also like to recognize the presence of the Ambassador of Japan, His Excellency Mr. Fukuzawa Hidemoto. You said correct, so I pronounced your name right. Oh, you've made my afternoon. So over to you, Milton. You're going to give us the anthems in that block, like we read earlier. Okay, thank you.
Nigeria. Botswana.
Thank you very much. Since my senior spoke about South Africa, and I'm present, I thought it would only be fair to give something about Botswana as well. I'm the Honorary Consul of Botswana. I've been the Honorary Consul for the last 11 years. Now, Botswana is a country embedded somewhere around the southern part, but very close, actually almost within South Africa. It is about 2.4 times the size of Uganda. with approximately an area square of 581,738 kilometers against Uganda's 241,033 kilometers. Yet, the population of Uganda is 45 million today. The population of Botswana is 2.2 million. And it's 2.2 million people, persons, with 4 million cows. So each person in Botswana has 2 cows. Now, one of the interesting facts about, most of Botswana is desert. And so the northern part of Botswana, which is mainly desert, is one of the best tourist areas in the world. And I think you've read about all the actors and all these VIP people who go to Botswana. I don't need to mention them here. Botswana gets rain at the minimum, or at the minimum once a year. But usually it's about 2 to 3 times a year. 2 to 3 times let me correct that. It's once a year or every 2 to 3 years. And for that reason, the rain in Botswana is a blessing from God. And it's called pula, which is also the currency of Botswana. So both the rain and the currency of Botswana are critical to Botswana. Coming to the national anthem. The national anthem is Fatsel Lino Laruna, which means, blessed be this noble land. It's the national anthem, and the music was composed by Halaman Tumediso Mosese, who also authored the lyrics of the song. And it became the national anthem when Botswana gained its independence in 1966. And what the national anthem means, it means, blessed be this noble land, gifted to us from God, from his strong hand, heritage of our fathers left for us. May it always be at peace. Awake, awake, O man, awake. Thank you.
Tanzania. Correction. Please, another round of applause for the Anthems of Africa. As you could see, we started with God Bless Africa from South Africa, and we ended with God Bless Africa from Tanzania, confirming what Her Excellency, the Ambassador of South Africa, had said about that anthem. Round the world in 25 anthems. I hope you had noticed that. We come next. These anthems have been arranged according to continents. We come next to the continent of North America, and here we will feature two countries, Canada and the United States of America. I will request a representative from the United States of America to say a few words before we go on with this. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. All protocols observed, but I just want to thank our hosts, and I'm very honored to be here representing the U.S. Embassy. Welcome to all my diplomatic colleagues, and thanks to this wonderful sounding choir for such a wonderful afternoon. Just a few words about the U.S. National Anthem. It was written by a lawyer named Francis Scott Key during the War of 1812, and during this time, Key and U.S. officials had rowed out to a British war vessel in Chesapeake Bay, and they were seeking to secure the release of some Americans who had been taken prisoner by the British. And the efforts actually went well. They were able to secure the release of the prisoners, but the British were planning to bombard Fort McHenry, and they felt that Francis Scott Key and his other colleagues had heard a little too much about the plan, so they kept them aboard the ship. The battle ensued, and during the battle, Francis Scott Key was watching all this unfold. And held at bay, he could do nothing but watch the unfolding of the bombing of the fort, which was about 8 miles from where he was. And the bombs were blasting through the night, and as the dawn arose, of the flag above the fort. Just a few other facts about it. You know, it was in regular use by the U.S. military and the country in the latter part of the 19th century, but it didn't officially become our anthem until 1931. It has 4 verses, but usually we only sing 1 verse in the U.S. I don't think anybody, it's bad enough people don't know all the words to the first verse, but they certainly don't know the second, third, and fourth verses. It's notoriously difficult to sing. If you ever want to have a laugh at the expense of others, unfortunately, if you go on YouTube, you'll see a lot of disastrous performances. But you will also see some wonderful inspirational ones, 2 in particular, Whitney Houston's rendition during the 1991 Super Bowl, and my personal favorite is Smokey Robinson's version during the World Series in 1986, where he sang in Boston's Fenway Park. And he sang most of the national anthem, but then he took another song called America the Beautiful, which is a wonderful, wonderful song, and he combined the 2, and it's a really, really wonderful song. But I know we're going to hear a wonderful rendition today, and again, that's just a few facts about our national anthem, and again, thank you for the honor to be here today, and thank you for your wonderful voices. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
The Canadian anthem, followed by the U.S. anthem. USA.
see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we led at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rose stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free, and the home of the
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We crossed to the Caribbean. That's also part of the Americas. But we would like to invite someone from Cuba to come and say a few words. Then we shall have the anthem of Cuba, followed by the one of Trinidad and Tobago.
All protocol observed. My name is Abel Shemelire, a PhD student at Makerere University and Spanish subject coordinator. I'm here in the names of our ambassador of Cuba in Uganda, Her Excellency Madame Tanya, who was not able to come and sent me with her words. Also, I'm a member of the Cuban Uganda students who graduated from Cuba, and now we call ourselves Cuban Ugandans because we lived there for 6, 7, 10 years, and we are Ugandans by native. Together with me is a Cuban trained medic. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. So about the Cuban national anthem, it's called El Himno de Bayamo, or the Hymn of Bayamo. Bayamo is the capital city of Granma, which is one of the provinces in the southern part of the island of Cuba. And Cuba is known as a Caribbean island as well as belonging to the Central American region. This hymn was written by Pedro Figurado, who was a Cuban poet, a musician, and a freedom fighter. It was first heard during the Battle of Bayamo. It was composed in the year 1986-87 by the same in the city of Bayamo, which belongs to Granma province. The piece became Cuba's official national anthem in the 1902, following Cuba's independence, first from Spain and later on from the United States of America, and then the declaration of Cuba as a republic. So this is what the Cuban anthem says. I'll run through in Spanish, and then I'll tell you what it means in English. Al combate corred vaya meses, que la patria os contempla orgullosa. No temáis una muerte gloriosa, que morir por la patria es vivir. En cadenas vivir es vivir. En afrente y a propio sumido. Del calir escuchando el sonido, a las armas valientes corred. What it means in English: to combat run Bayamesans, people who live in Bayamo, for the homeland looks proudly upon you. Do not fear a glorious death, for to die for the homeland is to live. To live in chains is to live, mirrored in shame and disgrace. Hear the sound of the bangle, to arms brave ones run. So thank you so much for listening to me, and let's enjoy the Kiba's anthem. Thank you so much. Gracias.
National Anthem of Cuba.
Combate correcto y a meses, que la patria os contempla gloriosa, no temáis una muerte gloriosa, que morir por la patria es vivir, en candelas vivir es vivir, en tan fraterno progreso unido, el cariño escuchar el sonido, a las almas valientes correr.
Anthem of Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much. We are going to take a short break to allow us to take a group photo. I'm going to request all the ambassadors in attendance, heads of mission to come. The ones this side, just step up on this other side, join the choir. And the ones on that side, VC and the team. This side, do we have more room here? Okay. Yes, a group photo. Yes, and then we'll proceed to allow some people who want to leave to do so. That's a break. Yes, very quickly, Bule will guide us. Bule, yes, up on the stage. VC. Up on the stage, VC and the team. Yes. Can this move? Can this move? We have had to do this to allow the memory, because we have been told that some ambassadors or heads of mission would want to leave, yet we want to have the memory of whoever was in attendance for this special day. So bear with us, but let us have this beautiful opportunity to remember. Can this move further, somebody? Yes, can the podium move further? Or can it be carried off stage for a while? Technical team. Yeah. We have a bit of room this side. Let's switch off the screens. Let's switch off the screen so that there's no backlight for the cameras. Let's switch off this screen, please. I'd rather you come this side. Yeah. Milton, where headed? This side is full. Okay. All right, that's it. Okay, official cameraman, tell us when you're through, and then we wind up. Bole, are you through? One more? So bear with me. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Let us have the choir give us the last session of the anthems. We are doing well on time. We shall finish as scheduled. Thank you so much for accepting that sudden interruption. All right, the choir will go to the next session right away without breaking or taking much time. Over to you, Stephen, to take us to the next sessions. Thank you.
Gentlemen, Your Excellencies, all protocol observed. Thank you very much for that wonderful brief break. We are doing well, as my fellow MC said. We'll come next to the last two continents, which are going to be Asia and Europe. And in the Asian bloc, we're going to have the anthem of Japan, that of Saudi Arabia, that of United Arab Emirates, and that of China. And I would like to, at this juncture, invite the ambassador of Japan to say a few words. Your Excellency. Your Excellency, you're welcome.
Good afternoon. First, do you know where Japan is? It's Far East Asia. I think you can see some small islands next to China. That's us. Because many people in Uganda mistake Japan and China. They don't know where Japan is. It's so good to be back in Makerere. I think I've been on this stage maybe 7 or 8 times now. I feel like home here. I have many opportunities to attend handover ceremonies, and sometimes I talk about Japan. Why? Because for many Ugandans, Japan is Toyota. I'm very happy about that, but Japan is not only Toyota. And I also want to let people know about our culture. And the national anthem is one of our culture. Now, when I was a kid, that was more than half a century ago, whenever I was singing the national anthem, I didn't know what it means. I'll tell you later, but I think more than half of the Japanese people don't know what they are singing about. And in 1964, there was the first Tokyo Olympic. In 2021, there was Tokyo Olympic. That was the second time. At that time, I was probably 8 or 9 years old. And then when I heard the national anthem of the United States, Germany also, China, oh, very strong, cheerful. But the Japanese music is a little bit different from the Western music. It's very slow, and maybe some people feel it's a gloomy sound. Now, our national anthem, the lyrics, comes from a poem which was written more than 1,000 years ago. And it's sung exactly as the same, which means that nobody can understand classic Japanese. And when I entered high school, I had a class for classic Japanese. Then I learned, what it means. Now, it's 1,000 years ago, so the words are quite different. Also, the problem with the Japanese language is that people don't say directly. Many things are expressed in indirect way, because people think that to say directly is quite rude. For example, about 150 years ago, one novelist translated an English story into Japanese. And it says, it was a very simple word, I love you. This is very direct. In Japanese, nowadays, it's become too westernized. People say that, but in my generation, we couldn't say that. And what the novelist translated is that, oh, look at the moon tonight. It's so beautiful. It means I love you. So when you are dating outside with a girl, the moon has to be there. If it's cloudy, you cannot say I love you. Okay. Now, 1,000 years ago, what it means that actually now nobody knows exactly what it means. There are various theories. but the one I like means as long as the people live in peace and harmony, the land will thrive and flourish for many, many years to come. That's the meaning. And as a matter of fact, thank you. As a matter of fact, when I look into your national anthem, O Uganda, I think it was in the second part, it says, at the country's called neighbors, and in peace and friendship we live. Yes, okay. There is some similarity. And I don't know whether you guys knew what you were singing. And I think for most of you, it's the first time to listen to a Japanese anthem, but I'll be very happy that you can feel a little bit of the meaning, what I said. It means peace and harmony will be essential to the thrive and flourish where you are living. Thank you so much.
The Japanese national anthem. The national anthem of Saudi Arabia. The national anthem of the United Arab Emirates.
She
the national anthem of the People's Republic of China. I will request just a minute as we have a word. You want to say?
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Zhong Jianghua. My Uganda name is Matov. Jebaliko, Pasebo, Nebanyabo. This is the Chinese director of Confucius Institute at Makerere University. And thank you very much. We are here not only teaching Chinese language, but also learn Ugandan language and culture. And we hope through Confucius Institute, we can promote the friendship between Chinese people and Ugandans and even the whole world. And when it comes to the Chinese national anthem, it was written in 1935. This song, originally named March of the Volunteers, was the song of sons and the brothers and daughters in a time of storm. And actually, this comes from a film. It tells us a story about we should go in front and moving, and the powerful, the march of the volunteers give voice to the Chinese people. So I hope you will learn it, like it. Thank you very much.
Chilai, Uyenzo Nuligaremen, Bahom de Shero, Juncha Hom and Shinta Chamchen, Joma Nitsu Dayao, Zuwens in the Shero, Makerere Go, Fashion Seven Ocean. Chilai, Woman Hamjam Fishing. Majadire na pawo, changing. Majadire na pawo, changing, 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 changing.
Another round of applause, please, as we finish the Asian wing.
All right, thank you very much. Let's cross over to Europe. And in that block, may I request the representative from Sweden to come and say something? Okay.
Good afternoon, and all protocols observed. Let me start by really express my appreciation on today's event. It's a true blessing to leave your office and come here and enjoy all this beautiful music. And also, I think, to be reminded that we might be culturally diversified in the world, but we also have so many things in common, as is shown by the different themes in the national anthems. And I think today, unfortunately, more than ever, we need these reminders today. So I was asked how would I relate the Swedish national anthem with its lyrics written already in 1844 to today, and also to our joint global values and the UN Charter and the Sustainable Development Goals. if I read the first lyrics in English, and remember this was written in 1844, so the language dates back some time, not as much as our Japanese colleagues who said 1,000 years, but still. So it's, though ancient, though free, though mountainous north, though quiet, though joyful and fair, I greet thee, most beautiful land upon earth, thy sun, thy sky, thy climes green. So with a little creativity and looking maybe more to the indirect messages, I wanted to highlight two aspects. And firstly, I think it's the essence of our nation's very deep-rooted commitment to freedom and to independence, which is reflected today in our conviction that democracy is the best form of governance for stability, for human and economic development. The secondly, which is maybe more obvious in the text, is our attachment to nature, and ultimately the high priority attached to preserving our Earth, our planet, for future generations. And we do that today through multilateral collaboration, such as the UN, and we do it to tackle the challenge of climate change. And I think, or I want to believe, that in best cases, our different national anthems can remind us that the nation is built on values, the same way as the UN Charter should be the foundation for our global belongings and interactions. And I take note that in our Swedish national anthem, which I think for most Swedes today is something we associate with sports events, a little like my South African friend talked about the Rugby World Cup, and congratulations on that. I think for many Swedes, it's also something we associate when we are standing there on the top, celebrating any victory in the sports. But what is interesting that we actually don't sing about Sweden, we sing about the Nordics. And I think it shows that no country can be single. We all have our belongings, the Nordics, the Europe, and ultimately the whole world, as is very much illustrated by our presence here today. So thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you very much for organizing UN and Makerere. And I look very much forward to listening to the beautiful singing that we will have here of the European national anthems. Thank you.
Okay, shall we have the national anthem of Norway? Thank you. Thank you very much. The national anthem of the United Kingdom. right, let's cross over and have the national anthem of Sweden. The national anthem of Germany. I may need to change. Okay. The team from Iceland left a note. They said Iceland's national anthem was adopted in 1944 when Iceland declared independence. This anthem is notorious for being extremely challenging to sing due to its large vocal range. So kudos to the team of the choir for taking on this challenge. Over to you. All right, the national anthem of Turkey. The national anthem of Hungary. Pardon?
Speaking about the national anthem of Hungary needs some prior explications, very shortly, since I have to take into consideration that contradictory remarks are supposed to be shorter than the anthems themselves. The Hungarian anthem is a product of the first part of the 19th century. It was not intended as a national anthem. It is a pure piece of art written by one of the greatest Hungarian poets in 1923, and a couple of decades later, the music was composed by one of the outstanding Hungarian opera composers of that time. And it is later on it became the national anthem of Hungary, and it is considered to be a national prayer. And it tells a lot about the mood of the nation, as every single national item is supposed to do. As you would hear within a couple of minutes, it's a very slow motion. It is not inducive to march. It is not inducive to go to war. It is really a lamentation. And why? Hungary is a small country in the middle of Europe. A landlocked country like Uganda, half of that size, with a population of less than 10 million and quickly diminishing. For the conditions of the first half and the middle of the 19th century, it is necessary to know that our part of Europe was ruled at that time by empires, namely by the Austrian Habsburg Empire, the Tsarist Russian Empire, and the Ottoman Turkish Empire. And that period in our history is the period of the awakening of national feelings. This anthem, or this poem, was the precursor of an important movement of economic and social developments which snowballed into a war of independence in the middle of the 19th century, put down by Austria and by Tsarist Russia together. So it gives the general tone of the Hungarian national anthem, which is again a lamentation. Certainly you would not understand the lyrics. which is the enumeration of national tragedies Hungary has faced and continues to face during its history. But the music itself is really beautiful. Enjoy it.
All right, thank you very much. And the last in that block is the national anthem of France. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We have come to the close of the singing of representative anthems across the world. A big applause for this team. So we are going to have a repeat of the anthems like we did at the start, starting with the Makerere anthem in reverse order. This is then the anthem of the United Nations, anthem of the Republic of Uganda as we close, and then we shall have a few remarks as vote of thanks, and then we shall wish all of us a pleasant evening. So back to you, Milton. Sorry, you had stepped down, step back up, and do this one final round. Shall we all rise? Finally, we've been sitting for so long.
Makerere, Makerere, we build for the future. The great Makerere, great, great and mighty, the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee. Great, great and mighty, the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee. From east and west, from north and south, all voices singing arise, Makerere, rise up and rise, fly up and high, all voices singing arise, Makerere, 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 we build for the future, the great Makerere, great, great and mighty, the walls around thee, great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee, great, great and mighty, the walls around thee, great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee. Do not forget, through all the years, those who have gone through the gates of Makerere, give them the pride, give them the joy, all to remember the gates of Makerere, 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 we build for the future, the great Makerere, great, great and mighty, the walls around thee, great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee, great, great and mighty, the walls around thee, great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee. Musicians, sweep your string, so we hear it sing, elected octave, our several voices interpelling, not interfering but comparing. We take the center of the song is holy ground. For with what we love. sing, present be more like music when we got the notes. New notes beget the kingdom blowing, the kingdom flowing, of time are growing, till what is not been at last it is.
Yeah. Woo! A standing ovation, everyone. Wow. They don't even take a break to drink some water. They just carry on. Thank you so much. May I call upon the UN Resident Coordinator, Ms. Susan Namondo, to thank you properly.
I promise it won't be long. We're all ready to leave. But really, thank you so much to the Makorale, first and foremost. I had not heard them sing yet somehow in Kampala, and I was truly blown away. Your range is really, really impressive. I think a second thank you to all those who shared some insights into their anthems. I learned a lot from this concert, quite frankly. A lot of really interesting things. And really grateful for everybody who found the time to be here with us in the room. Also really grateful for the online audience. My WhatsApp, the office WhatsApp has been really buzzing because they're all listening online, either going home or from home or in the office. So really, thanks to everybody who participated in this. And my plea always when I meet young people and we're talking about the UN is I always tell them, go and study it, go and understand how it works, because it is the one body that has all of us more or less represented in it. With all its challenges and everything else, it's important that everybody knows how it functions. So you can influence it tomorrow. But thank you all very much. Happy UN Day to all, and see you soon.
Thank you very much. And from Makerere University, allow me invite Professor Patrick Mangeni, who is a professor of applied theater. from Performing Arts and Film to move a vote of thanks on behalf of Makerere University, after which we shall depart at leisure. Professor of Applied Theatre. You may have to explain what that means.
They have done it.
Okay.
The UN representatives, the ambassadors here present, leaders from Makerere University, and all you whose capacities I may not be able to exhaust. It's a pleasure to have you here on this evening when we have experienced a musical journey of hope and humanity. On behalf of our dear university, I do express my very sincere appreciation to you for making this possible. Dr. Milton Waviona, we greatly appreciate the efforts with the Makorale choir. What a wonderful deliverance of a day. Milton Waviona, you did talk about this idea. I think when we were still celebrating Makerere at 100, and it's really a great pleasure that today, through the efforts of our sponsors and our dear students, you have been able to deliver this day. We greatly appreciate. It was indeed very gratifying just listening to the stories of our anthems. And for me as a writer, there is one, I don't want to call it a password, but I could say it's my guiding line that every story is a journey into another life. And indeed, we have been given insights into the backgrounds and the meanings and the drives behind all these anthems. And what is really quite clear is that these sounds of visions of a country, aspirations of a people, a push for peace, a push for security, a push for humanity. And when we come all here to celebrate these anthems, we are also collectively affirming our commitment to work towards a more peaceful world, especially so given the context in which we are living right now. Ultimately, I think that was, I forget the ambassador who talked about this, but I think ultimately once you, I think it was Japan, once you have peace and once you have a security and live at peace with one another, then we shall realize the best in us, and we greatly appreciate this. So I want to say thank you once more, our MCs. We greatly appreciate my brother Stephen, my sister Marion here. And so it has been quite a great day on behalf of our university, Makerere. I want to appreciate all of you who have made this possible. And we pray, most of our anthems have got an element of prayer in them. And we pray that we continue to work towards a more peaceful world as God calls us. May God bless you, and may you travel safely to wherever you are going. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. That is it. Till we meet again, may God be with you. Blessings.